Things that I constantly see and that I think are a problem is content being recycled and grifting. Those are two things that really make the internet just a boring place to be around. The grifters, we already know, will be willing to say or do anything to get likes or interactions. And at first, it's kind of like, oh, just leave them alone, let the flame die on its own, which I think it's true, but it's become a huge hindrance because like everyone's like, oh, I'm just trying to rage bait you. I'm just trying to rage bait you. I'm trying. See, you fell to it. You fell to it. Like, no, that's not rage baiting. If I can't escape the content, rage baiting, and having like 20 or maybe even 100 rage baiters, you agree with it at some point. Like rage baiting is kind of a hard art because it's not you have to know the person on a personal note. If you're talking genuine politics and you're like someone is going to be affected by it physically, mentally, or emotionally in a severe way, that can't just be chalked up to simple rage bait. I feel like I'm not this huge expert, but I will say I think that as a genuine person, that if you are talking about politics and something that is important or fundamental to people, getting chalked up to a rage baiter is pretty disingenuous. I think that you have to at least agree or acknowledge the ideal will hurt people. Like rage baiting, I get it. Like as a kid, that's probably like maybe at 12 you can get past as a rage baiter because you don't know the consequences of what you're saying. But when you do know the consequences of what you're saying, no longer can you really hide behind that mantle. You're intentionally just racist or problematic. It's because like you should know better. You should know the consequences of your actions. Rage baiting is like, I don't know anything past this, so I thought no harm, no foul. This was just something that you do. I saw someone else do it. I thought it was funny. I used to engage in content that was like rage baity or was negative because I didn't know anything. I didn't know any better at the time. And then now that I do, I look at that content and I say, yeah, I don't want that for anyone else to see. Or it's like, if I do, I have to do it in an educational purpose to explain to them the downsides of doing this. It's not bad to look at something with nostalgia or like an old video, but to address its problematic points, will help you. I used to watch like Sonic animations, and it was very lively, very expressionate. But one of the key problems with it was that it was sexual content. It was fetishes that were expressed to me. So a lot of the quote unquote jokes went over my head because it was like, I didn't even understand what that was. Like they would just inflate, and I'm like, oh, I guess that's just a joke. Until I got older, and I was like, oh, someone actually ew. But I didn't know any better. So it's just perspective. But once you get to a point where you can know and you are fully capable of understanding this, ignorance isn't really there. That's a will for ignorance. That's an intentional ignorance. That's just as dangerous. Being ignorant to a crime does not absolve you of the consequences of that crime. If I say, hey officer, I didn't know I was speeding, I didn't know going 90 down this school zone was illegal, I truly didn't know, like they're not gonna go, sir, next time. Like, no, they're gonna arrest me. They're gonna be like, you should have known. Guess what? If you have a license and you're driving, all reasonable, articulate people would get to that point. And if you're going to frame like, oh, I'm not reasonable or articulate, then then you still should suffer the consequences. You should go, okay, why? That's why education is so supreme. Why it's being smart, or being smart is actually being strong. Being able to own up that you did know and you will do better in the future. That's a powerful feat. It's strong to hold yourself to that standard. It does remind me of a commercial, and it got a lot of hate because like it was kind of dumb, but like I understood what they were talking about. It was an integrity commercial, and it was like this kid was playing basketball and he touched the ball, and the ref called it for the other kid, and and then they're like huddled up, and he's like, touch the ball, coach. And the coach was like, yeah. And he's like, and then they reversed it. But I understood what it meant. Now, I get the reality. I'm not, I'd have been like, okay, it's just for us, so shut up. But, I think it would be a nice world to live in where you could just do that and just like admit that, and yeah, you might lose, but it just keep the game fresh. Like I'm tired of just like looking at things and saying like, why can't they just be corny? Why is corny bad? We put corny like being genuinely nice or kind to someone or doing something that might inconvenience us as corny, and I think that's a bad thing. I think it's corny to get on the internet and abuse people, but yeah. And I'm not gonna do the same thing. I'm not gonna be like, let's bully the bullies and use the other names to fight fire for. No, I just think that it's a bad thing. I'm not going to make it a positive thing. I'm not trying to move it in a campaign to do that South Park make bullies kill themselves. But no, my whole point is just like grifting. It stinks. I think that it should just be talked about like the problem that it is. Being willing to do anything for $1, being willing to say anything, because you have to believe in it in some way, or at least you still are racist for that idea. Oh, it's like, I don't believe this, I'm saying this to get money. Okay, that still makes you a racist. Like, even if you don't believe in what you're saying, quote unquote, you're still saying it. Like, how am I supposed to know what and how much you believe, and if that statement is true? If we removed all of it, and I could somehow believe that you didn't believe anything that you said, you just said it for money, you are aware that those statements would harm me and people that look like me, so you get the same kind of like treatment that I would with a racist, because that is racist. That's what racism is. It's indifference. It's like putting me in harm's way. Like, I get it, it's not in the same malicious nature, and that's not fine, but it's okay, that's fine in that sense, but you still cause problems. I think that you don't want to be lumped in with those guys, but if you didn't want to be lumped in with those guys or have the consequences with those guys, you wouldn't have said what you said. Like, is fame really worth it? Is it really that needed? And you get what you want. You get what you so sought out for. Fame. Like, most people don't realize that fame does not mean or necessarily equate to wealth or riches. It can, but most times it doesn't. The wealthiest, the richest people, they stay kind of quiet. They build a strong base, and they only come out when they need to, and they leave just as quickly. Because there's a mystique, a mystery to showing up, leaving, showing up, leaving, being the life of the party. To be the life of the party means that sometimes you're not going to be at the party, because like when you show up to good parties and you make the good parties even better, great, but you don't show up to every party. You only show up to the good ones, and it just adds to the mystique. It says if you're there at the good party, this party is jumping. It's like, how did you know there's a good party? I knew the right mixture was there. But moving on, the big problem with the second thing, the recyclers, those that just make the same content over and over and over again. And it feels like their audience is just like children and teenagers and people that are completely drained with life. And it's not interesting, it's not funny. Past like, haha, okay, I might have never seen this before. It's just kind of a buzzer beater race to like, who did I first see do it? And what they do is that they try to hide the original. They try to, bump it up a notch each and every time that they see it. I think that it's a lowbrow kind of humor, which isn't necessarily always bad, but it's just lowbrow. And there's plenty of content creators that get famous and blow up doing it, but like I think it takes a toll after a while. Like no one really takes you serious. When you do that and you try to switch to something a little bit serious later down the line, it's you would have to actually wane it out. You'd have to like, if you do it too instant, everyone's gonna be like, weren't you doing this last week? And that basically kills your career. So it's you're gonna have to put in the work. No one could really take you seriously. Yeah, it's like, oh, I was just trying to build a platform, then I was trying to jump into serious content. How much is a dollar really worth? How much is the engagement or the views really worth? I feel like you're not gonna really get the good mixture. Like I'm always going to kind of remember or see your face if I see you and I'm like, okay, that's what I remember you as, making this sort of content. And like you never really spoke out about anything important before. You never like kind of like hinted that you did want to be serious. I might not take you serious. I eventually I will. Like if you continue, if that's really your passion, anyone can see like true, authentic passion. Like they'll say, hey, that was a different me, that was a younger me. Like most of the people that I see that really do it and then try to switch are like 30s, 40s, and I'm like, dude, what are you, like, I get it, the internet's for everyone. It's like there's no age limit, but it's like you were pandering to like children, like 12-year-olds, like last week, and now you're making God first content. And it's like, I swear, every recycler, every grifter, if I see a God is real, God is right in their bio, I immediately block, hit uninterested. In fact, it's just because like their content is going to be stolen and it's unfunny. And it's like putting God there, and then it'll be like amen in the comments. Like why? Like this had nothing to do. Or like I'll hear things like I rebuke this energy. Like this is a video game. Like I get it, it's scary. I used to be one of those people. Cause like when I was a kid, hyper religious household. So it's like I get it. But we need to actively stop. We need to actively put like a PSA out. You're not gonna get cursed by Five Nights at Freddy's. Huggy Wuggy ain't gonna get you. These are video games made by man. And like, or when you say like, I need something in my life, like I need a man, or I need some food, or something like a joke, like an actual genuine joke, and then someone puts, you need Jesus, amen, God. It's like religious psychosis has really got to a lot of people. it's severely a problem. I'm tired of like every other comment. Like if I see that, like it's gotten so bad that if I see under your comments enough people have like that religious psychosis under your comments, I'm blocking you because like you're guilty by association. Like why didn't you delete those comments? I don't need you in this. I don't need that energy. I don't need like I'm trying to go on the internet, doom scroll, and just enjoy. And you're taking me out of the matrix. Like I'm actively trying to take the blue pill, and you keep forcing me to take the red pill every time. Every time I'm like I don't like what is this? You know, dang. That's my train of thought there. There's a lot of content that I just don't engage with, that I keep hitting uninterested because the more and more I see it, it is just the repeated things like that I just talked about. The third one that I see is like the repost of like nostalgia content that was already like famous before, just keeps resurging in the internet. Like, do you remember this? Do you remember this? Oh, this was 3 years ago. This is like, yeah, I get it. Age and time and place. That's good. Like everyone wants me to like see these things as like bad when I see something that was like 10 years ago and I'm like, oh my god, it's 10 years ago. Good. Like, why are we saying this like a bad thing? I was a different person then. Like many people say it as a bad thing because they have been in a situation and they're still in that situation, and they think that going back to step one is the best or the greatest idea to that. Instead of like trying to do something and just continuing to try or improving their lives, they just say going back to before it was the problem is the solution. But that problem was always existing. It's like if I said, hey, there's mold in your house. You know, like, oh man, I wish I went back to 2 days ago when I didn't know and I wouldn't have called you. I would look at you and I'd say, like, even if I didn't tell you there was mold in your house, there would still be mold in your house. And now you would have mold in your house. You wouldn't know, and you wouldn't be able to try to fix it or know to fix it. You'd be like, yeah, but there's a peace of mind of not knowing, or just like going back. It's a nostalgia when I was just happy. I like when people tell me like actual plausible, real things that I should be worried about. That I should have the ability to fix. Like something in my general vicinity that's like, hey, you should check on this. It's upsetting to know, like, hey, I've probably been doing something or eating something disgusting or doing something that could be potentially harmful. But like, I'm glad that I now know. Many people are sad because they genuinely don't have the resources, and that's a whole different case. But it is not the person that gave you the information. They're not the villain. They're simply just a messenger. Like, don't shoot the messenger. I'm a shot messenger though, because I got shot. It's just, I would rather know the information and be sad for a day than be bitter and angry for a lifetime because I didn't know. But with that being said, I don't like content that just like tells me terrible, awful news and then like nothing that I can really do. Hey, did you know that this is going on? I'm like, oh man, that's terrible. What can I do? Buy these hats. Is it gonna stop the thing? Yeah. No. Yeah. It can help. The proceeds go to. I'm like, okay, I get it. I want to help. I want to send the proceeds to X, Y, and Z. Once I do that, like what's like if I send $50 right now, like is that gonna collectively help? Should I? No, get your family, get your friends, and everyone else, join the proceeds, and then it's gonna stop this. That was a scam. Like a lot of those things are scams. Like I don't even know where they go. The money goes. It doesn't feel like it actually goes to the people. that I'm trying to help. And I think that people get blinded by righteousness to not really notice that it's a scam. And I fall to scams pretty often. And then when I realize it's a scam, it kind of hurts. Yeah, I got scammed. And a lot of people and I was scammed not because I was a bad person. I was scammed because I was a genuine person. But you can't scam a genuine person. You can't sit there and go, those that will get money like that would always do that. But eventually, how you beat people like that, you make a better society, and those people can't hide. You bring the light to society. You say, hey, I clean. I can feel good about my decisions. I tried. I understand it now. I understand that's not going to work. And then you do better. You do better. You show a genuine heart. You do better. Because but yeah, no. A lot of things are just scams. People trying to make you feel bad and then buy these things as a kind of way, and that's one of the oldest scams in the book. And it's tiresome. And then because people just don't want to feel like a bad person, they're trying to get you to engage, and you're like, okay, here's $10, here's $20. I'm pretty sure I'm $1,000 deep into a scam. I'm not a $1 more. I need to know that this can be ended, or what's the avenue, what's the time, what's the dedicate. Anything that you should invest in, you should have a clear and very articulate goal that's set up. What's the end? Anything done in a superficial manner with too many links or too many becomes too complex, and that's where corruption always breeds. Because over engineering always it always comes and it lead to failure. Too many access points, too many ins, too many outs. It seems like a great design until you notice the failings of it. That's why those things can even exist. People want those things to exist. They want those things to be in our society without safeguards, because it shows there's a punishment. It's oh, you cared, you had a genuine heart. Watch as all your resources drain because you are not educated enough. And then they laugh and mock. So that's why it's important to keep your resources. Right? It's important to kind of stay savvy and understand what it means to actually be helping people. What does it mean to genuinely, authentically help someone? And the best way to help someone is to help for yourself. In doing so, you might. Simone de Beauvoir had stated it best that in the action of freeing yourself, that someone can free themselves, because they exist as you. They watch you. Me simply telling someone how to free themselves, or this would free them, might not free them. What if they did step by step what I said and they didn't get free? Watch as I do, and maybe they don't get the same sort of they don't do the same sort of thing. They get a different idea or goal, and or they just get inspired to just be free by any means, by just I seen him free and I want to be free like he is. I don't know how he got free, I just know he got free. That's the importance. I'm trying to be free. No, I think I am free, and I'm working on my freedom, ever becoming. But a lot of things are scams, and that's the tough thing about the internet. That most of it's scams, most of it's just reposts, most of it is just racism. I don't call it rage baiting. I call it racism or sexism or homophobia. I'm not gonna put it in this this term. Oh yeah, there's just like this categorization, and then there's like the lighter word for the more horrendous thing that should be talked about. Uh, I'm not doing it. Like if I see racism, I'm just calling it racism, and I'm moving on. Like I'm not gonna elaborate more. When I'm like I see something racist, I'm just gonna be like that's racist. If you want a genuine, authentic talk, yeah, we could talk about it further. But like so many people are disingenuous where you like try to actually explain your case, and they want to win a debate, like, and they want to win a debate without like any credentials. I've had people like I'm a college student. Whenever I get my bachelor's, it's not gonna make me so much better. It's the education that improves me. I exude the education. But it's not saying that having a degree does not improve your thinking skills and your ability, but that's you. You define the degree. Someone can have a degree and just be inept. Like there's some degrees, and it's not like any degree is a good degree to have. Any education is a good education to have. The degree doesn't matter. The education does. But if you have a specialty in one field, doesn't mean you got specialty in every. And I know that. That's why I don't sit there and chastise farmers on something. Now, I could say, is this ethical? Do I think that this is right? I can speak in my own domain because, like, this is how this functions into this. And I could talk about it in that realm. But if I were to say, I am very pronounced in the efficiency of agriculture, that would be a lie. And that's like I have some knowledge towards it. I have some education towards it, but do I have these skills? And either way, just keep running around. Essentially, I'm saying I'm not a professional in agriculture, but I can speak about it if I put it in the terms of what my specialty is. So like I think that courtesy should be extended with every degree, just understanding like how does your degree enter that. But it's not. They just simply say like doctor. Doctor has been tainted because like anyone could just be a doctor, anyone could go get a doctor, anyone could just call themselves a doctor, especially if in a society that doesn't really check credentials. And then they can lose their practice. They work on like this temporal way, but it's a very it only hits one sector of the temporal frame. Like they were a doctor, so they're always a doctor. People lose their driver's license after a certain age. I said they were once a driver, they were once a licensed driver. It doesn't mean that they are continuing to be a licensed driver. That's the whole point. Like you lose things over time, and once you're no longer hitting that criteria or that bar, I feel like you shouldn't be able to still present yourself as efficient as you were. But one of the most crucial parts is just like a business degree does not equate to like an anthropology degree or a psychology degree. But we have any individual with a business degree come on like any news debate or consulting, and like everything encapsulate business in our society, but that does not mean that they are the person to go to. Like that's why things fail. That's why structures fail. Yeah, they're good at business, but like business isn't everything. Like I don't aspire to make everything I do a business, a job. Like you can't have like there's no fun in business. There's business and pleasure. Those things are separate for a reason. Those that try to like, I'm going to make business and pleasure. And let's have office and in a playroom for the kids. like if I combine that space, it would be fun and terrible. It would be because like, be honest, the truth is it's not going to be very productive. Um, it wouldn't be like eventually it gets shut down because like it would cause productivity to go up, and then people would be asking, why didn't we do this before? Why wasn't this before something that could have been done? It sounds like you're bad at business. If like this is the first time you came to this idea, how many times has this idea shown up, or like how many times did you pass over this? Like business, just it's a lot of just showboating of no, I have the money now, and so every idea I make is great. Not every billionaire's ideas are great, because after a while, they become stale, stagnant. Like they're no longer hungry, they're no longer driven, and that's okay. Like it's okay to step back and say they're not the that guy anymore. Like when you make it to the pros, I'm tired of the stories still being like, I'm still in that struggle, I'm still in that struggle. Every day you get out the hood, you're no longer in the hood. That's the truth to any story. Every day that you're not in the hood, you're not still having to struggle, you're out of the hood. And don't let any of those rappers like Jay-Z or whatever use it. Once you get out of the hood, don't believe their stories when they no longer have to suffer that way. I had to do this. All right, I believe you. You had to do that. What do you got to do now? Do you have to do it now? You don't have to eat ramen noodles dry now. You got a million streams. You have the ability to get good, stable income. Why are you rapping like you still have to do it? The problem is that you blew up on struggling. So you oversaturate the field. You're struggling. And that's why there's so many rap songs about like struggling and selling drugs like it's a fun thing. Because a lot of people are posers. I don't like Future. I don't like a lot of these rappers because like they might be doing what they saying, some of the stuff, but not all the stuff. Most of the stuff they're not doing. They cappers. They professional cappers. They be like, oh, don't talk about him, and then say, like, we'll come over there and beat you. Why? Like, is it so big? Is it so important to get at people? To like if my words are so insignificant, why come over and fight? If I squabble, like, why can't you just ignore it? Because the truth is that they hit a nerve because it's true. And then when they come off and they finally, get recognized that they wasn't really doing any of this, people are in jail, people are dead, people are gone because of this. People tried to live that life. Influencers that like let's say The Rock or Brock Lesnar or these like the professional macho muscle, when they eventually get surgeries and the PEDs and the steroids really do a mess to their body, and that was your hero, and you followed in their footsteps and you took the PEDs or you didn't succeed because eventually you failed. Honestly, I say it's good to those that like tried to do their workouts naturally and failed and then gave up and quit, because like at least you didn't take steroids like they did and then your body is forever messed up. Like my body, I tried to do like workouts from people who were on PEDs. It didn't work out. It messed up my body for I'd say 3-4 years. I include the time that getting shot, but so I'd say like 2 years, 2-3 years at most. It took a lot of time to recover, but now I'm back in the gym and I'm actually doing it right. Those that do steroids or PEDs, you can still live a decent life, but you cannot you can't come back from it. That's something once you went past that, there's not a natty again. There's just like recovering some of your losses, and that's okay. That's okay. Um, yeah, but all this to be said is just a lot of people are just professional cappers. They're trying to give you this lifestyle that, like, people that really will tell you, like, that are professional in their field will tell you the negative, the downsides. I like to listen to people actually be articulate and review and have criticisms, but we'll be quick to tell you, hey, are there any positives? Oh yeah, here's the positives. I'm going into length about these negatives because I want you to really think about before you go into this, because you're going to be my colleague. Like, I like philosophy because, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, in the field, it feels like there's genuinely some truly interesting thinkers. There's some things that you never thought you would hear. Some hilarious stories that, like, or like there's always a different perspective. Like, something that's like, how did you become a philosopher? Oh, it was a funny thing. I was flying a plane, and then I went and looked at the stars, and then a bird landed on my head, and I was like, how? With the centrifugal force. And then it's like, okay, but how did you get to the part where the grandma hid in your car at the grocery store concluded? And you will listen to the entire story and figure out it fits perfectly. And it makes sense when you just allow them to speak. It just sounds wild. Like, they just, like, have some of the most clickbaity things, like, watch as I used 1 penny to destroy a skyscraper in Final Destination. So it's always something like, it's usually really quick though. It's not like a long 3-hour story. It's actually very quick how it just exceeded, and you're just like sitting there and just processing it, and it's a very fun time. So that's why I like philosophy. It's extravagant. It's exotic. It's not something that's like for the weak. It takes immense brain power. There's lots of days of frustration. There's a lot of readers that like fall to these things. There's a lot of people that grandstand. There's even professors that you'll meet or encounter, and you're like, yeah, you're just following this kind of formulaic, or at least what I felt like formulaic kind of standard, or you're in it for the money now. I don't think you're in it for the love of the game. Will I ever be like you? I hope not, but maybe I already am. And maybe this is the day that pointed out to me not to be like you, or to be like you, or whatever. To be good in one's work is to just like admit, like, hey, there's gonna be tough days. There's gonna be tough days ahead. There's gonna be content or work that you're not really proud of. Some things are gonna feel like in the mud. I'll say it's like the military. When I joined the military, it was a bit of a similar thing. But as someone said on my second day of boot camp, it gets easier. He said that to me. I don't even know who even said it. I don't even know if they would even remember that they said it to me. But those words had always inspired me. It gets easier. With that being said, I'm done.